legitimate play. I just thought maybe there was a chance I could just walk out. In the end, your thing was the right choice in retrospect, because I had to end up using Telly anyway, so I could have saved a blink, but it wasn't guaranteed to play out that way. I'm gonna try to kill this guy instantly. It doesn't work. But boy, I'm glad I have javelins. How powerful is that? Value blink over fear over Telly. Yes, that is, I tend to agree, although sometimes Telly's better than fear. A lot of the time, actually. Maybe not at this point in the game. Well, actually, we found a whole bunch of blink scrolls. We still have 3, so pretty much okay. Please don't put me to sleep with just one guy. Oh, Jesus. This is just the forest. Yeah. You can tell because there's like a billion Spriggans. Okay, I wanted to buy myself a couple turns with only one guy on the screen. I guess this is okay, because they're going to be in the hallway. So even if I get put to sleep, I'm only fighting. Just kidding, there's a guy with reach. You added a rune door before the wizard lair and bee crawl. That's good. I hope it's a clear door, so newbies can see exactly what they're dealing with. Okay, so if I go... As long as these guys stay in this configuration, this doesn't matter. I think he'll just walk right through them, though. Gosh, I guess I could MO. Shout to get his attention. Take a step back. Yeah, Lamp of Fire would be pretty sick here, huh? Oh, right, we're in a forest. Yes. I forgot that still lights up trees. Sorry, Yogi Bear. Only I can prevent forest fires, and I failed. We should have done that way sooner. We could have had a super hilarious moment after that telly. Terribly unoptimal, but terribly fun. Yeah, that is the most fun thing that they ever added to DCSS. I have to give them credit for that. I thought for sure they took it out, though. Maybe they just took out the thing where Fireball can be used to blow up tons of trees. It's true, row shenanigans. You know what? I'm going to let this thing die of poison, and we are going to javelin the shit out of this Boggart. Or he can just walk up to me and let me punch him in the face. That's cool. Nice. Hey, Phantom Mirror. That's a handy little piece of equipment. I usually don't train throwing at all. The only reason I trained at this game was because I was low on Hydra killing resources, and I had basically forgotten that I had Call Imp. I only trained up to 6 to get this to get boomerangs down to speed 1, basically. If I have shoals, it's worth training more. Gary Burton here absolutely loves javelins, and to be fair, javelins are pretty damn strong. We don't have shoals, though. We have swamp. But, anyway, basically, like, the idea of needing a secondary weapon is typically not, it's kind of a trap. I would rather just have, frankly, I'd rather just have evocations on most characters, if I can get away with it. Would I like to throw boomerangs really hard, or would I like to be able to have acid condenser vein / cloud wand? They both have their uses, I suppose. Not moving towards enemies makes it easier to escape from them if needed. True. I mean, I may be just stuck in the past when, before the devs messed up and took out Sack of Spiders. What's the overall plan with this octopi? Well, the plan is to find statue form eventually, but it looks like we haven't done that. We're just a goofy little melee guy with no AC. We have a big shield, though, which is pretty cool. All the way up to +2. We also have Hat of the Alchemist, which is super sick. The box and vein are extremely strong. They alone justify Evo. I prefer old box, to be honest, because like you can get multiple beasts in one fight. Vein I'll give you, but the thing is that Sack was like the ultimate get out of jail free card if you had it extremely high. Am I allowed in this chat? I'm a registered Democrat and friends with some of the devs. Well, I'm not the one that tries to unperson people for their innocent associations. I don't care if you're friends with the devs, and frankly, I don't mind if you're a Democrat. I just might josh you about it on occasion. Your politics are fine up until the point where they motivate you or someone who shares them to try to silence me or stop me from getting money or stop me from having a career or stop me from speaking, which I do think is unfortunately really common. You are, of course, welcome in the chat. I don't, hate you for your politics. I just live in a very tiring world where you are forced to deal with a certain kind of politics on a near daily basis if you have wrongthink in your heart. But yeah, I mean, it's the devs that basically hunt down anybody, with regards to DCSS in the community, anybody who is in my Discord gets treated like shit by like half the dev team, if not most of it. And if you don't believe me about that, I mean, all you have to do is like do a little Control F in the Roguelikes Discord, and you'll see several of the devs calling my community like alt-right and racist and this and that, and a whole bunch of other horseshit lies. And anytime somebody who is openly friends with me or has dared to even interact with me in a non-negative way, gets that label thrown upon them, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know that they're lying, I think. They just know it's a very easy way to tar and feather someone, basically, to tar somebody and to paint with a very, very wide brush, so to speak. And the thing is that, when somebody throws that label on you, and of course silences you so you can no longer defend yourself against it or deny their horseshit lies, you're not there to defend yourself. So basically it's your word against theirs, except it's really not your word against theirs because your word can't be heard. So it's just their word. And so you have one sort of sadistic, narcissist type person who yells this to the hills, on the rooftops, and it's like, gee, I better not speak in defense of this person, or I'll be next. They're gonna say it about me next. And that is why I say that these fucking people have a very strong understanding of what power is and what control is, and no ethics whatsoever. Because they know what they're doing is very effective. They know that they're lying. What now? Oh, yeah. Toasted, did you just meme me? Did you just bait me? Did I fall for it? I'm about to It's a real question. I'm friends with a few and am very reluctantly a registered Democrat because I want to vote in their primaries. Dude, as long as you're not trying to silence me, I don't care what your politics are, really. Just because I talk about it a lot doesn't mean that I want to, throw people out for... That's the comedic thing, is the thing. As best as I can tell, in the 90s you had a little bit of a problem, I guess, with Jack Thompson types who were trying to stifle free speech in a sense. But now it's all the left doing that. I think you'd be hard-pressed. To argue against that. In terms of having an open community where people of all types are welcome, I see the right wing offering that, not the left. The left is sort of this, oh shit, that's Rupert. It's sort of this very shallow, like, oh, we're welcome of everybody, and what they really mean is they're talking about shit like race and sexuality, I guess, which, I mean, it's like a kind of inclusion, but when it comes to ideas, hell no. If you don't live in this very narrow sort of far left Goldilocks zone of acceptable ideas, they will cancel you immediately and call you like Satan incarnate. But I mean, yeah, no, I consider myself to be right wing, and I don't care if you're a Democrat. You're totally welcome here. Train Evo Rose, I'm told. Yeah, I should train more. But I don't have, no, I'm going to get dodging because, we're going to take dodging to 15 first. The reason for this is because we have such crappy defenses that I just really want more EV. No, I wasn't baiting. I was seriously trying to get an answer out of you. Well, I will pose you a rhetorical question, which is, if you were not welcome here, do you think that I would be able to keep my mouth shut and, not say that out loud, basically? I mean, I am an open book. There's very little about me that you will not. I mean, if I have an opinion about something, you're probably going to know it, is the thing. The only reason I would be keeping any kind of opinion to myself is the, the inevitability of getting banned from a platform if I were to voice it. What is my donger size? Magnum donger. Mammoth donger. I played a text-based game once where it was like this Star Wars game originally, and then it became generic sci-fi. It was called a MUD, and this guy was editing it, and he put dong size in it as a random value, and I couldn't understand why you would put that into the game. I'm like, I just want to go fly spaceships and shit. MUD streamware. Hey, I should do that. Anyway, let's talk about. Oh, the reason I brought that up is because it was literally called Mammoth Dong if you rolled the highest value. All right. What about attacks on web resources? I myself witnessed troll attacks on the Tahua Discord, which were attributed to you. I am well aware that certain dickheads are blaming me for that, and I have been very clear on my Discord that people shouldn't be doing that. First of all, it's against terms of service, and so it puts their accounts at risk or whatever, but also it's I wouldn't want them doing that to me. I'm not sure if I would call that an attack on a web resource. Then that's I want to be careful with language here because that's not a DDoS. Both of which are to be avoided, but I mean I just like to be careful if possible of language because one's illegal and one's not. But either way, it's fucking not me, and I hate the fact that I get blamed for stuff that I didn't do, and I hate the fact that I can't even really defend myself about it. And there's no rule against this sort of lies and slander as long as it's directed at me. If it's directed at me, you can say whatever horse shit that you want. But if it's directed at some other person, then that's cool. You gotta ban anybody who makes up lies about somebody else, or even tells the truth about somebody else's bad behavior. And that's unfortunately just the nature of power and of politics in these types of little communities, where it's there's a two-tiered justice system, so to speak. Maybe it wasn't you, but what is your opinion of that kind of human interaction? I mean, it sounds like a fucking waste of time to me, basically. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was somebody who watches my streams or whatever, and it's I think it started up after I was banned, but I didn't tell anybody to do that. In fact, quite the opposite. I told people not to do that. So I don't know. I don't know what else I can say about it. It's infuriating that absolute dickheads like that AOAE guy, Gamma Funk, and so on and so forth can just sort of blame me for some shit and have, nothing to back that up. They don't have to have proof. It's just they can but the thing is, they've been slandering me with bullshit for literally years at this point. Gamma Funk's the guy who says that I'm alt-right Nazi or whatever. It's not true, but what are you going to do? You know? What can you do when abject lies are being told? Sorry, I'm trying to think of what I want to do about Rupert here. He hits for 21 plus Vorpal Greatsword. He cannot paralyze me, so we're reasonably safe in terms of that. However, he can berserk and run faster than me. I haven't bothered to train much stealth or short blades, perhaps to my detriment. You know what? Fuck you. We'll just leave you until I have Phantom Mirror up. And yes, we'll be using imps too. Imp army will fare slightly better than it normally would because he doesn't have an X. It will still die very quickly, but Rupert number 2, Electric Boogaloo, will fare a whole lot better than the imps. Can we melee this guy? We're gonna try. Very dangerous, but my shield makes it somewhat okay. Okay, you know how I know this is Azrael? Because these guys don't really spawn in dungeon. Unless they're with Azrael. And Azrael is, oh god, horribly, horribly strong. We're gonna fog. Take off Ring of Ice, although he could still just Hellfire me. Oh, we're not polymorphing him. Hell no. We don't have Paralyze. These are not affected by Silence, so the File of Floods doesn't do anything but damage. However, I will be happy to do a little bit of damage. Fuck. Okay, he got a move. I was hoping it would knock him back and do damage. Phantom Mirror? No, not on him. Not on him. Think about it. Even if I had it available, which I don't, he's immune to his own fire and he's immune to his own hellfire, so he really wouldn't do a whole lot. He's not a good target for Phantom Mirror. I mean, you can get melee damage out of it, but it's not quite good enough. No, we don't have a good choice here, really, other than... Yeah, Phantom Mirror is cooldown now. I actually am okay with that change. Even though I do think it was, like, very stylish and fun to be able to make seven Tiamats with all of your collected Phantom Mirrors, this is probably a good change. Have to admit. Yeah, susceptible to ice and no ice plasm. Feels bad, man. I'm gonna burn a haste. I just think it's the right thing to do. We're gonna acid him, and we're gonna melee him down. I'm okay with burning haste here. Azrael is the kind of enemy that you just don't want to fool with because he can just do hellfire to you repeatedly for tons and tons and tons and tons of damage. We don't want this in a hallway. Shit. Wait, was I meleeing 3 at once? Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't have GDR. Well, we never went below like 56 HP, but that was technically a chance of death. Maybe we should take a break if I'm making mistakes like that. I mean, that was only mildly reckless, but it was a chance of death. A very low chance of death, I have to say. Every single one would have to get through evasion, shields, and max roll. Too much ranting. Yeah, dude, I'm all sleepy now. Well, you know, when I'm reminded of, like, absolute bullshit accusations that I basically have been prevented from defending myself about, it's pretty infuriating, you know? I'm not, you know, blaming the guy who asked about it, because I understand being curious. You're not the one spreading that rumor or whatever, but I don't know. It's just, I mean, I'm sure you can understand how fucking piss poor that is, basically, from my perspective. We can survive a round against this. Cancel toaster. Secretly, I'm actually over 70. Do we have Phantom Mirror now? Bitcoin surged to 36k. I'm just waiting for it to go back above 40k, bro. wonder how much land I could get for Bitcoin. You know, they sell, some people are actually selling land and trading it for Bitcoin these days. I think there's like a website for it. I forget what it is, but I was looking into that. It's kind of cool. Suppose it's the same as any other asset, you know. I could trade a house for 1,000 sacks of potatoes if I wanted to. Probably inadvisable, but 50 bitcoins for your own private island. I wonder. 50 times 35,000. That's a lot of money, holy shit. If you mean me, it's not a rumor. Someone... No, I know it's happening. I've seen screenshots and shit. I'm talking about the fact that it was like blamed on me. But I mean, it's frustrating to talk about because there's like nothing you can do to clear your name in a situation like that, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, well, I get blamed for fucking everything. Like if a server goes down, they'll blame me and they'll say that I DDoSed it. That's not even a joke. They have done that in the past. Oh, that is it's a boulder beetle. Well, that's why I wanted to be very careful about language earlier, because it's not... The way it was described to me, it's not... Well, first of all, I don't think it's even possible to DDoS a Discord server, so attack is kind of an interesting word. As best as I understand it, it's like a dude joining and saying, like, racial slurs. I mean, I guess that... I don't know. It's... What do you call that? Trolling? Shitposting. No. See that? Toasted earlier. Are you fucking with me? Are you messing with me? Because that was doesn't-y. Or have they started blaming me for that too? I really actually hope this is a joke. That one I don't think I was ever blamed for. I don't think I even had a stream when that happened. I just become guilty of like every evil thing that ever happened in Crawl or so-called evil. That was a joke. Okay, cool. Hear about that time in 1996 when he said a bad thing about a dev? I mean, I'm the boogeyman, I guess. I mean, I do think that rename was stupid, but I believe that was more Dentist complaining about that. Hey, look, I'm not attacking into a green slime who can almost kill me in one hit. Well, Derek, I have a feeling that... Honestly, you want to hear my true opinion on the matter? I think it's possible that it's like a false flag type thing. I mean, that may sound paranoid, but rather than creating moderation tools to deal with the problem, they get to blame me for yet another thing, you know? I did see devs getting accused of possibly... and I'm not accusing anybody of anything, is the thing, directly. I'm just saying it's one theory. I believe it was Artagus who said that, that it was possible. I mean, I don't really give a shit, dude. Like, okay, somebody's shitposting. I mean, it's not like I can do anything about that. All I can do is tell my community not to do that, and that's where my power ends, basically. I mean, what am I supposed to do about it, is the thing. I guess I'm just supposed to, like, sit there and accept that people are blaming me for some shit that I don't have anything to do with. D13 Cyclops. Yes. Yeah, you'll notice we're kind of very slowly inching our way through this vault. Hey, reflection kill based. Drive my cop car across the information superhighway and stop them. Yes. Keyboard tapping is relentless. Based. Yeah, this is I highly recommend if you have a little spare money and you enjoy typing, you will enjoy typing so much more if you pick up a mechanical keyboard. I can't recommend any other than the one that I've used, which is a DAS Cherry Blue MX switches. I enjoy the clicky clacky sounds, and I also very much enjoy the tactile response. Man, I need to get like a referral link so I can shill these things and get paid for it. Actually, I do have one. I could, come to think of it, I could pop in an Amazon referral link, I guess. Maybe I should start doing that if I'm going to shill products. Let me know when I can replace my laptop keys with mechanical keys. Now, there's a project. I bet you somebody has done that. It's trivial to get an Amazon referral link. No, I'm saying I have that now that I think about it. I just would have to log into Amazon real quick and get the link to the DOS keyboard. You found an Alienware keyboard by a trash bin in perfect condition and use that now. That's weird. Is it mechanical? Why would someone throw that away? I mean, Alienware is like a shitty company, but I assume their keyboards are okay. $200 trash keyboard. I hope it's mechanical if it's $200. It's not mechanical? Man, they paid for the brand name and they were so mad about having paid for the brand name. That they chucked it into the trash can. Okay, we can survive one hit, can't we? Probably, yeah. Uh-oh, he's playing a bit risky. Come on, you stupid Hydra, give me a few turns. Six heads, 18 times 6. We can't die to one hit. Okay. Pretty cheap, yep. Or you can use channel points if you look there, which I believe you've already discovered. Poison resist, we will never need that. Take the scimitar from Azrael. I don't really want to be in melee with the Hydra, and if I am in melee with the Hydra, I don't want to be attacking above speed 1, even if it's for the purpose of cutting a head off, not with no GDR. Honestly, I'm being a little bit of a madman here. I've been sort of speaking off topic here. What I should be doing is going into Orc, because I can't be paralyzed. Stat form where? Well, that's what we're doing is the thing. We're going to see what's in Orc. We're going to see if there's a stat form book in Orc, and if there's not, it's going to be time for us to get a billion shops, basically. Fingers crossed, you know. Didn't train, no SBLB, and still believe in stat form. Well, we already trained on armed combat, so look, if I find dragon form, God forbid if I find blade hands, you know, that still makes the run viable. If the god of the RNG just decides to take a big crap on me, there are other things that we can do. Let's see, we have Iron Shot available, probably just become an Iron Shot guy at that point. Hydra form, oh no. Hey, Ignite Poison is available, how cute. Ignition is here. Become a fire guy. Be goofy, but I could do it. Gotta take these fights very slowly. Let's dig. Actually, I don't need to do... Well, no, let's do it because we have low GDR. So... Or no GDR. So we'll come back up, you know. Oh boy. What's the damage here? Great Mace, 25 plus Great Mace. I think Great Mace is like 25 or 30. What? Oh yeah, I just talked about that, Gary Burton. So we found Iron Shot, we found Starburst, we found Ignition, we found Orb of Destruction. So we probably just become a caster guy, conjurer guy. We could make that work. That's okay. Hopping into Abyss and farming based. It's not my preferred play, but the thing is that if I became Conjurer guy and also went for Iron Shot, we would be well positioned to take Staff Form if it happens to show up later. This is basically at the end of Orc. That's going to determine what direction we're going to go in. We have Swamp and Snake Pit. We'll be going into Snake Pit first because I hear Neo Swamp is just horrible. And Snake Pit will give us the experience, and the rest of Dungeon. We have about a couple floors there that we can use to get enough experience to get ourselves on track. But yeah, I imagine that Neo Swamp is not a place you want to be with no GDR. Of course, we have enough MR that we can't probably, let's see, actually, what are they called? The bitches that can paralyze you. Fenstrider Witches. There they are. That's an interesting tile. Okay, yeah, so they can't paralyze me. Hilariously, they can still agony me. Hurl Sludge. Ugh. Swamp probably did need to be increased in difficulty. However, even in old Swamp, they had already added a whole bunch of little gotchas that could kill you if you weren't careful. I mean, like, a single Shambling Mangrove was call for alarm, you know? Thorn Hunters were a call for alarm, etc., etc. The thing that I don't like is the addition of a Paralyze or any kind of MR check, deadly MR check, and a Lair Branch. The whole point of Lair Branches in my mind was, you know, if you wanted to go there before Orc or even the rest of Dungeon, you could do that, and in exchange for the extremely higher difficulty of killing the monsters and the damage and whatnot, you didn't have to deal with MR threats. Now it's just homogenized, and I don't like it. And I have a unpleasant feeling that I have an unpleasant feeling that they will probably be adding this stuff to other branches. The Chaos Demon could paralyze me, and I would definitely die if it did. We have to blow a blink. Sucks. I didn't want to do that, but it is what it is. I don't think it's good design. I liked the strategic level choice that what I just described afforded the player. I get the feeling that they don't think about these things very much before they throw them into the game. I mean, I guess Wise Wolf submitted a vault that had Vampire Knights with Paralyze at the end of the old Swamp, but, you know, at least that was a branch end. You know, you could get three floors and be guaranteed not to deal with that crap, you know? Old men complain about changes, new stream title. Well, it's not I know you're just messing with me, but like, I just want to clarify, it's not complaining about changes because they're changes, it's complaining about changes that I think do the game an injustice, so to speak. Haven't played Crawl SS in ages. What's your build? This is an Octopode, Octopode Artificer. We are mainly just being a melee guy, which is an exciting time with low AC and no GDR. We're using Gozag, and we really only have Call Imp memorized as a spell. In an ideal world, we end up finding staff form. We have really good items, though. I have literally no offense trained. Well, that's... You know what, bro? I have a +7 dagger, so I can get away with that. +7 dagger in my Ox attacks, it's enough, man. Fighting is offense, that's true. That's true, you can get away with it. It's offense and defense. Your comment is offensive. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry, Gary Burton, you've offended me, and you are therefore banned from the stream, and your fork is banned forever for being run by a dirty offender who has offended someone. The ultimate crime. Offending someone. How dare you? How dare you? Better be careful, or Greta's gonna give a speech about you. No, do not ban anyone. You may ban the bots that spam on my channel, and that's all. Hey, Big Malone, thanks for the follow. Lack of thoughtfulness in these changes bothers me. Yes, that's a really good way to describe how I feel about it as well. We play these kinds of games for mechanical interactions. Well, I have a feeling that certain devs, especially Pleasing Fungus, are way more interested in sort of huffing their own farts and adding in stuff that they think is thematically cool. Like, wow, I made an armadillo man. Oh my god, what a wild and interesting species. Whoa, I'm so clever. It's an armadillo and it's also a man and he can roll, and it's not really a roll, but that's okay. And we're going to replace Centaur because Centaurs are boring. You know, and he got so excited about the, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the lore, which is a really bizarre thing to care about in a game like Crawl. Lore has always been a very much secondary thing. Chad Armadillo dabbing, absolutely dabbing on DCSS. I miss Centaur based. Me too. I thought Centaur, I used to push newbies to play Centaur first because it would, like, basically teach them how to kite enemies with training wheels on, you know? If you lose on a Centaur, it's almost definitely your fault. But it's also fragile enough that you get kind of a... You know, if you are in melee, then you're being punished very quickly for it, which is not necessarily the case for a Minotaur or something, which they usually suggest to people. So I think it's a good way to learn, like, hey, maybe I don't want to be next to this monster if I can avoid it. I mean, that's my take on it, as far as... I mean, that's my take on the motivation. I don't know if the written justification mentions that, but he sure seems very excited about his lore things every time he does a write-up about something like that. But yeah, I mean, they're always trying to remove stuff for... I mean, I don't know if you would call this a lore decision, but they will say that species are quote-unquote too Tolkien. And they have to be, you know, like that's why they took out Mountain Dwarf back in the day. Too Tolkien. I don't really see how an armadillo man is really all that much more interesting. But personally, I just don't care. Like, I'm way more interested in the mechanics, like Quad9 said. That's what this game is about. I suspect they just don't want people questioning why enemy Centaur has hasted attacks. Yeah, they were probably tired of getting called out about the weird inconsistency there. Instead of, I've noticed a disturbing trend with these people, which is like, instead of fixing sort of inconsistent problems like that in the mechanics, they just remove a huge chunk of the game so you can no longer ask the question. What's wrong with Tolkien? He's an old white man, and they don't like that, I guess. Seems if I had to guess at their logic, you know, it seems like the kind of thing they would say. It's sort of monstrous to say something like that, but really wouldn't surprise me if that was what it was. Centaur warriors fine to have like 15 speed. They're more experienced. Yeah, bro. They've done their calisthenics. They're faster. You propose Spriggans for learning the game. That's a good one, although I never really pushed newbies towards that because of how hilariously fragile they are. Spriggans, I think, are just a little bit too unique of an experience. The deeper you get without killing anyone, the more you learn. Well, that's an interesting take. Yeah, if you were trying to like train your ability to survive bad situations, I could see that. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Minotaur Zerker is the classic, and there's nothing wrong with starting with that. I just think that like once you get to the point where you're trying to learn skills that involve stuff other than O-tabbing and eventually or occasionally pressing Berserk or Trog's Hand, I don't know, Centaur Hunter always felt like kind of a logical next step. Ouch! 32 damage plus Great Sword of Venom. Let's Acid Wand this guy. He is constricted, so we should hit him both times. We do, he didn't die. But we meleeed him, and he goes down. Demon Spawn. You love Demon Spawns, don't you? Demon Spawns are fun. I wouldn't call them the best species. They have a really rough D1. But it's kind of funny because sometimes they get a mutation that trivializes the rest of the game. Like if you pick up spines, you know, the enemies just sort of die instantly when they attack you. I think Demon Spawn do way too many wacky things to be good for beginners. You want to, when you're learning something from the very beginning, my opinion is that you want to narrow the sort of brain space, so to speak, so you can learn things. You can learn the game, but not all of the little piddly weird things at the outer layer of it. And that's why Mibby is so good, because it turns the game into a much narrower version of what it is. You can't cast spells. You really only have like a narrow set of abilities. For the most part, you're just pressing O and tab and running away when necessary. Another combo along those lines is you could play some kind of Knoll, which takes the skilling game out of the picture. Yeah, we found Tower Shield of Ignorance. I don't really want to use that, but we could. I tell you what I really want to do is buy this Artifact Shield. Maybe it'll be awesome. No, it's crap. Each gameplay motif in isolation. Right. And then combine them and figure stuff out from there. Oh, shit. We might have a new play. Oh, shit. Are we going to be the wackiest character ever? Do we just use Elemental Staff plus Shield of Ignorance and just walk around slapping people? Is that what this character does? That's wacky. We'll have no GDR, though, so it's not the right thing to do. Told you to train evocations. Did they remove that, though? The extra damage? They didn't. Cool. Tremor Stones. We're going to want that at some point, I suppose. Go ahead and buy the Curing. Go ahead and buy the Immolation. And I'll buy the Mutation, too. Fly, Strength, Int, Invisible. I don't need any of these rings, really. Maybe See Invis. Alrighty, well that's the floor. Gosh. What a wacky combo. I mean, Elemental Staff plus Hat of the Alchemist is just hilarious. You know? Don't you think that's hilarious? I will have literally maxed resistances on everything but negative. Yeah, I guess we do this. It is great for a caster, yeah. I don't really want to pigeonhole myself into non-transmuting, but the only alternative is to start summoning bookshops at this point, which might not work. We have a path to victory is the thing, in the form of these damage spells. It just means we're going to have a relatively slow game. I almost want to become a fire guy just for fun. Oh, Inner Flame is tons of fun because you can blow up summons now. I imagine it's probably pretty overpowered, actually. Even in lair branches, we could have some fun with that. I was really hoping to have statue form though, for the sake of New Swamp, which has just a ton of physical damage from what I understand. Well, this is going to be the most stylish game I've played in a while, I suppose. Attacking takes 1.2 speed. A song by R. Kelly. Does he have a song called Ignition? You turn into a car. Initial D starts playing. Yeah, it hits everything on the screen with a slightly lower damage fireball. It's really quite good. Min delay 12. It's just funny because, like, half the reason I would want to have Elemental Staff is invalidated by the fact that I have the hat. Although, for maximum style points, if I did buy Shield of Ignorance and wear it, we would, every visible thing on our tile would be an unrant. Hard to say no to that, right? Bro, look at those resistances. Oh my god. Good lord, look at that. What a Chad. I think I have to do it, you guys. Gotta do it. Let's do it for the memes. Yeah, the lack of GDR makes me very sad. We will never be able to just tab through things, but let's before we train evocations, let's get our staves up so we can attack at a reasonable speed despite this big ass shield. Honestly, we could do elf right now. Of course, we don't have any silence, so that's a little bit of a crapshoot. Buy one shop. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's just the protection rings are not good enough, though, is the thing. They don't give me GDR. I mean, yeah, I'd like to have them, but Constrict won't work in your lair branches? Why do you say that? Enemies are too big. Nagas are normal size, aren't they? Seven-headed Hydra. We should be okay. Actually, no, I'm attacking too slowly. This is dangerous as hell. Shit. We'll kill it with boomerangs because we attack at speed 1. No, we don't. Shit. We don't because of the shield. Okay, let's get all of our HP back. This is too dangerous, basically. You wouldn't think it would be with all this SH, but it really is. So now we need to do this for a while. Cue the Benny Hill music. Been memed into this new coffin. It certainly does seem that way, doesn't it? Ah, you bitch. Let me have that random energy, bro. Yakety Sax, yeah, that's the one. Okay, well there was this guy that I needed to deal with. I'll swing on him once. He is now constricted. I'll swing on him again. We'll block most of his attacks. Rupert shimmers and vanishes. There we go. Oh yeah, what did you get? Dimensional Anchored? That's no good, man. That was my mirror Rupert that shimmered and vanished. He just timed out because my evocations isn't high enough. Can't melee one Hydra, how are you going to do swamp? Oh no, well because if I train my staves a bit, I will be able to melee Hydras again. Just won't be like 100% safe, which really means I shouldn't do it that way. Gosh, at this point I'm just doing like wacky suboptimal things for the memes. I really probably shouldn't be doing it on an octopode. The truly optimal thing to do here would not have been would have been to not get trapped by the staff and the shield and instead summon some shops. But I know I can get away with this is the thing. Should probably be taking a break. I will be actually. Let me we're gonna finish out dungeon is what we're gonna do. Too much damage. Not sure why they merged like that. That's a little bit strange. Yeah, very long stream. Actually, wow, is it a 4-hour stream? Maybe I should just quit after this floor then. I need to eat something. Alrighty, Sendragor, thank you for coming to the stream, man. This is dangerous. It's not too bad now. In fact, it's fine now. Just the two-headed ogre was spooky. Staff will be fine until you need to kill ancient liches and orbs. By then I will probably have given up on this wacky-ass meme and just become a stat form man anyway, and I will lament my wasted staves experience that I spent on a meme. Honestly though, I could kill orbs of fire with this staff if I just haste and might. Well, that would be weird to switch to something with no cross-training. I'll never be a real statue. Bro, why you gotta say such harsh words? Crushing my dreams, man. Lightning bolt. Hey, I don't fear lightning bolt. I do fear hasted two-headed ogre, oddly enough. Wow, that was irritating. Alright, I'm seeing myself doing wildly crazy things, like trying to melee a hasted two-headed ogre and just chilling next to a Hydra in water. So I think we're going to take a break before I splat this character doing something really fucking dumb. I do appreciate you guys coming by the stream. I might be streaming some more later tonight. Gotta keep up the pace and get these streak wins in. In any event, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I am signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.